on, and it's time for a movers and shakers segment where we track a whole host of stocks buzzing in the trading session. First up, GSK Pharma, again in focus. You have a new name every day in pharma that we talk about. Today, GSK as well as Pfizer.
Yes, in fact, the MNCs are in focus in today's trading session. You don't talk about the MNCs as much as the frontline pharmaceutical stocks. But we have GSK as well as Pfizer, which are reacting to numbers. So I'm going to start with GSK, which is in focus. Revenue was up around 9% this quarter. We had the EBITDA, which was up 16.5%, margins at 35.5%, and a profit growth of around 28.6%. Now, what the company has said is that the guidance is to maintain margins going forward, plus they will be committed to driving double-digit growth. Now, what went right for them this quarter? GSK grew around 10% versus the underlying market growth of around 8.3%. Their vaccine segment, where they're very strong, grew around 11%. So they have a couple of vaccines such as Boostrix, Fluarix, which is for the flu, and Viralix as well. Now, the vaccine portfolio, in fact, has been up in double digits for the last 6 quarters. So that's really one of the key drivers. It was also the first full quarter of a launch of 2 of their cancer drugs, which is Gempreli as well as Zejula. And the company has said that they will be focusing on scaling up oncology over the next 3 to 5 years. Do watch out for these 2 drugs, because right now the patient pool is only around 250 patients, but it is expected to expand going forward. So that is going to be something that the street will watch out for. Pfizer is the other one. Good numbers, revenue up 20%, margins 35.4%, profit was up 13%. Margins on a 9-month basis also came in at around 35%. Their top brands are expected to be their key drivers. For example, the vaccine Perviner 13. There is a blood thinner drug as well as a couple of antibiotics on their portfolio, and Minipress, which is also a blood pressure drug. Other brands in their portfolio, and I'm sure we've all heard of them, include Corex, DX, Gelisil, Folvite. All of these brands are very strong, which really have driven growth. It's the 4th largest MNC Pharma MNC in India. And FY25 cash generated was around 816 odd crores. But Sonal, you're watching Linde India.
It's all about MNCs today. Linde India, that is the other one which has done really well in terms of results. The stock is surging. Let's take a look at the numbers and then talk about the triggers going forward, because there are a lot of them for Linde. Revenues up 16%, EBITDA up 8% this time. Margins have come in at 38.4%. Profit growth at 66% is much higher than revenue and EBITDA growth, and that is because there was an implication of lower taxes in the quarter gone by. But do remember, stock is off 14% from its 52-week high levels. It surged in this year itself. But in December, there was an important update that came by for this particular company, where SAT upheld SEBI's directions, which was related to Linde India's related party transactions, that with one of the subsidiary, that is Praxair, they were not having it at arm's length, which was impacting minority shareholders. But SAT basically gave directions in favor of the minority shareholders, where they said that Linde's appeal is being dismissed when it came to action around related party transactions. And they say it was contrary to SEBI provisions, the way they were testing and they were accounting for these related party transactions. We spoke to IIAS today, and they indicated that Linde India's case has reached the Supreme Court, and they're uncertain on the outcome, but it is an important case that minority shareholders especially will be watching out. Now let's take a quick peer review for Linde India, compare it with the recently listed Elenbar, which is much smaller in terms of the industrial gas space. We have the FY25 numbers, right? So revenues, it has almost around 8 times the revenues that Elenbar does at 2485 crore rupees. EBITDA is around 7 times at 765 crore rupees. Profits also at 454 crore rupees. In terms of valuations, of course, MNCs do command premium, and that's why it is trading at 72 times versus Elenbar at 30 times. ROE also is higher for Linde India at 18% versus 12% for Elenbar. It has a higher market share as well. It has been in the market for a long time. So yes, fundamentally, it is looking strong, but valuations, of course, again, are unreasonable. And the next trigger, of course, will be the Supreme Court outcome on related party transactions. That will be the big trigger to watch out for.
Okay, all right. Sonal, thanks very much for that. So that's on Linde India. That stock up around 5.5%. We'll do one.